let's start with Tariq. How about the idea of the model? How did it come up?
In fact, every country around the world had faced many crises. Regarding the historical background of Egypt, we faced many crises like socio-economic crisis and political crisis, participation crisis, distribution crisis, and identification crisis. Um, it came through the gap between poor and rich. So people don't want go to vote to the candidate or participate in political life in Egypt. So we are students in Faculty of Economics and Political Science asking why people in Egypt didn't contribute in political life, didn't satisfied by the political regime or the economic situation in Egypt according to our study. We are studying political science and study economics. So we're trying to find solutions to solve these problems. The idea came from the new constitution of 2014. The last constitution said that youth have to contribute in the local council's elections. If I have 21 years old, why not to be a candidate in political council? So we find a very space.
So you aim at encouraging the youth to be participating in the political life here in Egypt.
Yes, we try to be one of the most easier solutions. We have ideas need to be applicable. So we interface with many students and other faculties and try to ushering our idea about to be. I want to be a minister one day. So what do you need to want to be? Then we try to.
So what are the qualifications that you need to be having?
Yes, that's what.
Are you a student in political economics and political science?
Yes.
You're in the third
year.
grade, huh? Third year. Are you a student at economics and political science
I'm
as well?
Third year.
Third year as well. Khalid Abdel Nasser, I want to ask you a question. When was this held first time at the university? This initiative that you guys are handling now?
Yeah, this is the first time that we have something like that in Dhaka University, because there is no one before thought about that, because they were afraid to talk about something like that because it has a relation with the cabinet model. So no one had thought about that. So we can say that this is the first time for us to think about something like that, because as Tariq said, why not we be ministers one day, and we have ideas and we have them to be applicable in the political life.
So you were a part of the cabinet in the model.
Yeah, actually, in fact, we are working in two parts. The first part, the organizer team, and the second part are the academic and the academic team. The academic team are working on the part of the cabinet model and local councils, and as we are organizers, we are working to serve the academic team.
So how would you help the academic team to be participating
as a fundraising member
in such an initiative?
As a fundraising member, this is my job in the model, and when I say job, I'm not taking a salary. This is a student activity. At all, we don't have something in return for. We just work because we need to work, and we need to do something in our life. So university is not something about just the university and study, attending lectures. It has to be sometimes you have to do something worth life.
You have to gain experience.
Yes, this is the most common. This is the most common thing that we get into a lot of interactions, because we need to get experience. This is really one of the experiences that we gain as dealing with different kind of people. We have a public relation team. This public relation team is also dealing with the public figures, and they are gaining a lot of experience. And I think this is something worth.
How do you advertise for this idea, for your initiative? How do you advertise for it?
This is one of our advertising ideas. We try to appear in a lot of channels, especially Egyptian channels, because we need to spread our idea to the world, to the Prime Minister. We just need everybody know that we have idea, and we need to make everybody informed that we have something inside our minds, because we are not machines that study. We are students, we are youth, and do something that will be useful to our country.
Do you use social media like Facebook and Twitter?
This is the main basic thing that we use. We have a Facebook page. This Facebook page is called حكام الغد.
حكام الغد?
Yes, this is our slogan. Leaders.
Is it in English or in Arabic? Sorry, or in both languages?
In Arabic.
Arabic?
In Arabic language.
حكام الغد.
Because we are in Egypt.
Yeah, because we're in Egypt, but to make it more more popular, you need it to be in both English and Arabic.
I was studying in Arabic all my life.
So Tariq, how many participated in this year's model?
We started by 17 as a coordination, but after 2 weeks, we are shocked by the number which came to us. I need to be one of you. I need to be a leader of tomorrow. So after 2 weeks, we went from 17 to 700.
700, wow.
But when
from different faculties?
Yes, then
Not
we closed our doors just to try our session. We did have 8 sessions all over the year. We were trying to train these students how to be a minister, how to be a local council candidate, how to say no and how to say yes, how to participate, how to say this is a crisis and I have to solve it, how to solve it, how to take a decision, how to create a decision.
Did you get any assistance from the government or the cabinet?
Yes, in fact, the main sponsor for our model is Ministry of Youth, especially
Ministry of what?
Youth.
Youth.
Especially Dr. Khaled Abdelaziz, the minister, and the Prime Minister.
So he witnesses your initiative. Dr. Khaled Abdelaziz does witness your initiative.
Yeah, and our opening conference and our closing conference were in the theater of Ministry of Youth, and he was attending.
How do you choose the students that are among your initiative? How when 700 apply, do you go for the 700 students, or do you take some of them and leave the others because they don't have enough qualifications for?
At the beginning, as a student in my faculty, get to the board and say to my students, I need to be a president. How many of my students here and of my colleagues need to be a president, and how many needs to be a ministers, and to make our cabinet, our youth.
So it's according to the desire of the students.
Yes. Somebody came to me, you are crazy. There's nobody you want to join to. But 2 months later, I managed to publish my idea, and we create the government of youth. So my team, in the beginning, we are quickly spread in the faculty of economics and political science, and so easy to contact with students from other faculties through social media, especially Facebook and Twitter. We said, came and join us.
Yes.
Came and try to be.
You need to market the idea.
Yes. And 2 months later, we had already our opening conference, and we had the government of youth. Then Prime Minister Dr. Ibrahim Mahlab said, who are you? You are leaders of tomorrow. When and why? So we tried to publish our idea, and the Prime Minister and to many ministers call us to say why.
To inquire about.
Yes, we try to see or to publish our vision, our mission. We see the future of Egypt. We need not only one capital, we need 7 capitals. We need 12 grand cities. We have many projects. We have more than 500 ideas. We need someone to take us and say, do. So we participated in the conference in Sharm el-Sheikh. We visited the new project on the second
The new
South
capital.
Canal to once, and then the Minister of Youth called us. Why? Why do this?
Why are you doing this?
Yes, yeah, it's why. I'm asking nafsi why. Just because I'm Egyptian. I feel that it's my way, it's my rule. As a student, Faculty of Economics and Political Science, we have a crisis of
It's a responsibility to do that.
Yes, it's I'm responsible. So I'm not a doctor to, or I'm not an engineer, but I have a politician. I have political views. So why not?
Your major is politics?
Yes.
Khalid, your major is politics or economics?
In fact, now it's economics.
Economics, huh?
Yeah.
My major was economics, the Faculty of Economics and Political Science. Khalid, how do doctors at the university support your initiative?
Actually, we are pioneers of our models that adopted the idea of the model. In fact, the doctors in the university encouraged us a lot because
So they're supporting you guys.
yes, and especially the dean of Faculty of Economics and Political Science. The big support come from here because we have something that we need to do. So they believe in us and they know that we are going to do something in the future. So they are supporting to be leaders of tomorrow in the future.
How do they help in this support? What do they do?
They're trying to make anything that we need to do, except for funding. They try to.
Nobody funds nowadays.
They are trying to.
Facilitate. So
Yes,
They help. They work. They do They do mediation between the prime minister, between you and the ministers. They help you in
Yes,
in your
this
move.
has already happened because the Dean of Faculty of Economics and Political Science was arranging a meeting with the Prime Minister, Dr. Ibrahim Mahlib, and with our model. This already happened.
So how are the tasks being organized by you for the students?
we give tasks such like, hey guys, tomorrow we will go to Ramle to see what people need to do, what they asking us, poverty or unemployment. You say we have nothing to do. Everyone needs a car. Everyone needs to marry.
So you started with knowing the problems of the people on the street.
Yes, yes. Then we trying to sit and give our bends, our mind.
So what are the major problems that are facing the Egyptian people now?
Especially poverty,
Poverty.
and unemployment for youth, and economic crisis. They said there is a big gap between poor and rich. There is a big gap between empty Bini can vote. How to go to vote, and in same I'm hungry, or I need money. Someone came and gave me money, gave me sugar, gave me oil, or give me anything.
Commodities.
But they asking for something. They asking for identification. Everyone needs to be needs to feel that he is Egyptian and he has rights. As the first talking, I said that all countries have crises, but it's easy to solve it or trying to solve it one after one. In Egypt, our political system trying to solve all problems at the same time. It's very difficult. America and France can't do this. No country can solve all crises at the same time.
So
we need time, yes. And we need a plan to work and say, firstly, I can solve this.
as a young man living here in Egypt now, do you think that the government is having a good plan, a good economic plan for the future or not?
I think economic plan, but not politically supported.
Khalid, what are your recommendations that you would present to the current cabinet that's moving on in the country now?
First of all, I just want to make sure on the idea of the youth. We need them to open door for the young people because they have many ideas and they can be applicable and it can make a shift of the economic situation in our life.
What I understand is that President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi is always enhancing and is always working and is always emphasizing on the idea that youths are a very important part of our living, and that we should take very good care of youths, and he's always emphasizing on this. Don't you?
Yeah, actually, in fact, we didn't have any contact with
The president?
the presidency, because we still, if we can go there, we will go there. If they said that come tomorrow to meet us to tell us about your plans, we are going to do this because we have something to do, and it is written, and we need to discuss it with the minister. We need to discuss it with the presidency. This is all things we have to do.
That's because we are cabinet model and local councils. We are trying to meet the President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, so we, inshallah, next year, we are trying to make a new model, which is Egyptian presidency model. It may.
So you mean you're going to the model that you're doing
Yes,
this year, you're
and a
going to move
third
on to a different model next
Inshallah,
year?
it will be
You're
launched
not going to continue the same thing?
No, this is an addition one.
It should be
Another
a new
one.
one.
Beside local councils.
So you're going to continue the local councils, and then
And
you're going to make a
cabinet model.
presidential model.
Yes.
So what are the main tasks or the happened during your conversation with the students participating in such an initiative or such a model? The main outcomes of the debates.
The big debate was Daesh and how to face this problem. Many ideas were launched. Many thinkers came and say we can face Daesh and its danger by smiling. Just by love. It's a soft power. It means soft power. And we can face terrorism by love and smiling. Others said, no, we have to attack them. What did our
But who came up with
forces
smiling
did?
against terrorism?
I think that
Who had such an idea to be fighting terrorism with a smile?
terrorism needs to fight in minds, to fight by weapons or by killing them and they killing us. We need to spread our issues, and because in fact we are loving peace. No one needs to die. No one needs to join war. Everyone in Egypt needs to live a better life. We are looking to our future. I am 20 years old man. Why I have to die now? I need a future, and this future waiting me.
So in your opinion, why did young men of Egypt join Daesh in Syria and Iraq?
Because of identity crisis. I feel that I'm not Egyptian. Egypt not gave me what I want.
But there are people from France, Britain, Germany, the US actually joining Daesh as well.
Because Daesh let them
Gives money.
yes,
So it's not about identity.
and
it's
better
about money.
life. They
It's about
they play in
poverty.
their minds. They
But the French are not poor. The Germans are not poor. And they're joining Daesh.
they put in their minds the idea of this is the only way to join Al-Jannah. To join Al-Jannah, you have to join Daesh.
Yes.
So it's a matter of religion.
Yes,
It's not a
exactly.
matter of
Not about
poverty.
the country, not about poverty, not about
It's not
money.
about
No, no, no.
poverty.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
stated your point, Ahmed.
Exactly.
It's not a
Anyway,
political matter.
Khalid Abdel Nasser and Tariq, we thank you very much for being with us in today's show. And we hope from here that you witnessed. And we want everyone to check your social media, Twitter and Facebook, Hukam al-Ghad, as you said. And thank you very much for being with us on Nile Cruise, on Nile TV. And ladies and gentlemen, the Arab Music Institute celebrated the memory of renowned late composer and singer Muhammad Abdul Wahab. Rasha Madi was there and filed in the following report. Stay tuned and watch the following.